Picture a knife. A sharp one. Like blade sharp enough to split the atom, only molecular tens of millimeters wide, shaving electrons from protons ionized, deemed fit to call this a breakthrough for the sciences. Now picture us. Balanced upon the edge of that knife, now weaponized. If we fall, we die, yet remaining means feet diced to rip us against the blade we once used to cut up our dinners at night, something we were told would improve our quality of life. But then again, it is a knife. You don't have to be that sharp to get the point that anything that severs can take life, and it would seem once hypothesized that fission is a means of providing clean energy, the next logical step was to turn it against an enemy, right? Picture a button. It's just out of reach past the tip of the knife, and the tip of the knife tips if you lean to reach it, tipping the rest of us into the abyss which lies beneath it. And a good tip would be to stop reaching, because not more than a greedy trigger finger slip will go careening into blood and darkness. Even fingers hovering bothers the balance, poised to press at a moment's notice, just in case, of course. Yet even if we don't immediately go all the way, the knife sways, feet slide down the blade, leaving trails that lead to the knife heads of state who are sick of having bloodied feet. And be it a press preemptive or retaliatory, picture the end of history. Its shape is predatory. Sleek cylindrical steel sticks tipped with lead-lined warheads. There's no warning shots ahead of mutually assured destruction, or for short, mad. Human history wiped away in but one bout of explosive insanity, because that's all it would take to seal our fate. Yes, but 1% of our nuclear armory. We have the weaponry to end the world 100 times over, and if this is the size of our artillery, what are we expecting to use it on? Or do we never reach that question? Suffice to say that expecting to expect its use was just accepted, except that no enemy, real or imaginary, need possibly receive this level of obliteration. For whom do we hold such hatred? Are willing to destroy so utterly that in their destruction we sacrifice ourselves collaterally, because that's exactly what would happen. To you, me, every man, woman and child on either side of this hostility. Whatever conflict this may be would be the end, and indeed nearly has been. More than once throughout history we've stood upon the knife-edge precipice, drop of bombs, the list of nuclear close calls exhaustive in its stupidity. Take the Volk airfield incident of the 1960s. At the peak of the Cuban Missile Crisis, America was sitting on a stockpile the equivalent of 42,000 Hiroshima bombs, and when a Spetsnaz saboteur was allegedly sighted at the fence, men in jets nearly made those missiles take air, till a heroic individual found out the culprit was a bear. Or as recently as 1995, when nuclear submarines were deployed against a team of Norwegian rocket scientists studying the Aurora Borealis, because Russian radar operators were never informed that those missile tests were harmless. It's all proof that we've not learned since atomic bomb inventor Oppenheimer himself said that he was death, destroyer of worlds. Yet nevertheless, armaments are armed and alarm bells raise their namesake. For the sake of overzealous retaliatory harm, we put the knife to our arms. Because it's suicide. Even if we're not the target, a technical victory so pyrrhic that to say one technically won is just an excuse to salvage a shred of dignity. For in the face of the end of history, victory, well, there needs to be someone left for it to have any meaning. Picture the other end of the knife, and wonder why we're not there. Standing on the handle, no cuts, no balancing, no risk of falling for the temptation of pushing that button, just enjoying efficient, fission-powered energy, illuminating lights in our homes as we hold the knife for the purpose it was born. Eating dinner with our families, peace, plenty and prosperity. And if you disagree, please remember that any knife used incorrectly can be deadly, but while we may still be far from a future of clean, sustainable nuclear energy, we might get there faster if we stop using it explosively.